a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
A half-blood of the eldest gods shall listen to this bonus show against all odds.
I'm Charlie from Cabin 13.
And I'm Ray from Cabin 12.
Wow. How you doing, bud?
Holding it together.
Well,
Charlie just witnessed me spilling tea all over my desk and then mopping it up with a dirty sock because I didn't want to have to leave.
I didn't realize there was a dirty sock involved. I love that. That's great. Love that for you.
It could have been a clean sock that was just like around. Who knows? Who knows at this point?
It's dirty now.
Exactly.
So
that was too much about my life. All right, let's talk about Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, okay. I think I need to explain this concept to the listeners because I thought of this concept as just like watching and covering random like episodes of TV shows that are just like very Greco-Roman focused for like no reason. Just no good reason. And I think this episode of Phineas and Ferb is the basis of it because it's just like, why?
It's because it's Phineas and Ferb and they like to have fun.
Correct. It's because it's Phineas and Ferb and they don't care. They just do whatever
And
they
also
want.
because specifically Greek mythology is still like a cultural touchstone for us. Like Rick got that right, if nothing else.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be something fun to cover every so often where we just talk about like hopefully episodes that aren't plot heavy of things. I mean, this is Phineas and Ferb. There is no plot. So
I beg to differ. Well, I mean,
overlying plots? Not much.
Yes.
Each episode has its own contained
Unlike
plots.
Milo Murphy, which y'all should watch because nobody watched it.
We don't do plugs
and it was so
for this,
good.
But like Milo Murphy is always my plug. It's so fucking good. They keep saying they might bring it back.
Plug of the bonus episode is, please, for the love of God, please watch Milo Murphy. I just want another season of it so bad.
They keep saying, hey, if it gets popular enough on Disney Plus, they might bring it back for another season. And
That's all I want.
It's just in perpetual hiatus.
Milo, I love you so much. Cavendish and Dakota. Okay, moving on.
Cavendish and Dakota. Oh my god. We can't talk about this. This is not important to this. Okay.
This is the bonus show. It's fine.
It's also a 10-minute episode that we are covering.
Yeah. So hopefully this won't take us too long. I say like an idiot.
The last episode we recorded was the one with Izzy where God, that was almost 2 hours. It's fine.
Yeah. Of recording. Hopefully we can chop that bad boy up a little bit.
We'll see. I'll try my best. Alright, so this is the Phineas and Ferb episode. I don't actually know, what's the number of the episode? That's something I should have looked up before I went into this.
It was in the 20s. So it was
like season 1.
Yeah. Fairly early Phineas and Ferb, which doesn't mean much, but
let's see. List of episodes.
It's different when they're
I know the name
15-minute
of it.
episodes. Like,
yeah.
I must have closed my tab.
25. Episode 25 of season 1, Grease Lightning, which, love the pun.
Grease, Greece, yes.
I love it so much because it's like, it's a race, which is a reference to Greece, and Grease Lightning, and Grease, and yeah. It's good. It's very good. So, of course, we start off with the iconic theme song, which I wish I could sing right now, but copyright. At one point, I told myself I was gonna write a parody of it, but like make it Percy Jackson themed, because it's summer and it's camp.
Oh, bro, a new project is doing that.
I need to do it. It's required of me.
I unironically listened to Bowling for Soup. I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
Is there what?
They're funny little guys. Is there
something wrong with Bowling for Soup?
No. It is just not the kind of band that people just listen to. They're like a halfway comedy band. I don't only listen to their comedy music. I listen to their cover of I Ran by Flock of Seagulls because I like it better than the original. I'm cringe.
Ray, I'm so concerned about you're just like, every time you bring up, oh, I have this interest, I'm so cringe about it. No, you're not. You're not cringe. You are allowed to like things. I support you.
Everyone
liking things.
else is allowed to like things. I
No.
don't know.
You're one of the coolest people I know, okay?
Hmm.
Bowling for Soup is great, okay?
Yeah, they are. They're funny. Okay.
So yeah, iconic intro. We open in the museum, which is very important to this fucking episode. This Greek-Roman museum, it's all just kind of like mishmashed together, I guess, because what is culture? It doesn't matter. I love Candace's line about, oh, you guys drag me here, but at least there are hunky guys in skirts.
I know, that's so good. That's what it is, you know? That's what the Greeks knew what they were doing when they carved those statues. They were like, hunky guy in a skirt.
Exactly. It's because all Greeks were bisexual, okay? It was cool back then. So this Greek warrior that we are introduced to by the stepdad, Asparagus.
Asparagus, god damn it!
Yes!
God
Yes!
fucking damn it!
I had captions on and I'm just like, that just spells asparagus.
I can't, why? That's very much like those tweets about like, oh god, what is it? I'm trying to think of what the pun is, because you know how you pronounce, like, Sophocles and stuff like that? And it's like, pronounce these other words that are spelled like that, but now I can't think of any because I have word retrieval problems.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean there. Oh god. This is
Testicles.
happening to me at the same
There's
time.
one.
Testicles. My favorite, philosopher, Testicles. Oh, wow. Lovely. Yeah, so, asparagus, if you will, the greatest Greek warrior just ever. Wonderful. Love that for him.
Mm-hmm. Did he look like an asparagus? If he didn't at all, then I'm gonna be disappointed. He should look like that guy from VeggieTales.
You're correct.
I don't think he did.
I didn't write down anything about how he looked because there was nothing for me, I guess. I just didn't, just like, he looks like a Greek dude, I guess, sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. But it's a missed opportunity, is all I'm saying.
So, Phineas and Ferb and Candace's dad, God, he has a name, doesn't he? It's like...
I think it's Lawrence or something.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it's Lawrence.
He's not Candace's dad. Candace and Phineas are biological siblings, and Ferb is their half-sibling.
But they call him dad.
Yeah.
Because they've all been around.
Yeah. Like, he is their dad, but you said, like, Candace's dad, and I'm like, well, biologically, he's Ferb's dad.
Well, I also said he's Phineas's dad, so... Yeah. He is their dad, okay?
It's weird to specify one sibling when it's not
good family. What's that word? Blended family, right? Because,
yes, it's so delightful. I love that show.
Like, they don't draw attention to the fact that they're like a step family, like often. They just say, oh yeah, like my stepbrother, but like they don't say, oh, he's not my real brother. They're just like my brother.
Yeah. Like, she's not gonna point out that he's her stepbrother, and Phineas certainly isn't. Yeah.
She loves them both. They love their dad. They love their mom. They're a good family.
Yeah, they're very good.
So much. And Doofenshmirtz is sadly not the dad. Like, that's a fan theory that's been around for so long, but like, guys, I think it's been said by the creators many times, guys, no.
He has a pointy head, and we know that they met canonically, so...
They did in fact meet, but like, that doesn't mean that like, they had like one bad date, and that was it. They did not have 2 children together. And like, marry, so... Yeah,
I don't think the timelines work out with that.
It literally doesn't work. Anyway.
Like, Vanessa exists, guys.
Yeah, she in fact does, and she's like the same age as Candace, maybe a year older?
Unless Doofenshmirtz is like... doing some weird 2-timing.
Oh my god. We're not talking about this, okay? So, Asparagus. Lawrence tells us that Asparagus defeated the Minotaur with Medusa's head.
Yeah, we're just combining a lot of stuff. It's fine.
I just think it's so interesting. They're like, you know what? Iconic things. Let's go with Medusa, the Minotaur, and somebody with us as the last part of their name.
Are they wrong?
Important. They're not wrong. They're really not wrong. Also, like, the chariot thing. They're like, this is what the chariot of Asparagus would have looked like. Sure.
That line was so funny when he was like, this is a representation of what some random guy thought it might have looked like. But it goes on and on. It's so good.
That's so accurate. That's just how it be. And then we get the Perry plot line, which, God, I forgot it was this fucking episode that we get one of the best Perry plot lines.
Norm, my son.
Norm.
My son and boy.
So we get the whole monogram giving Perry his secret agent shit, and he's just in that discus statue.
Very good.
Like, usually he's on a screen, but I think he was, like, actually in the fucking statue. That's what it looked like to me.
That would be very funny.
That's what it looked like to me. Also, we got no Carl content.
That would be quite the change for him, but I guess if he wants to.
Sometimes he does show up in person. Not often, but sometimes. And this is the time where I think it was in person, because it didn't look like a screen attached to the face.
Oh my God.
It looked like he was literally hiding in the statue. And he's like, don't look up my skirt. So I assume that's how that is. So, but also Carl wasn't there, and I want to riot. This is ginger erasure. So, yeah. Also, we get the start of the reoccurring joke in this episode about what the plural of platypus is. So, is it platypuses,
Indeed.
platypi, or platypeople?
Platypeople.
It sounds like the three genders, not gonna lie.
We also set up a couple other recurring jokes. This early on, which one, Candace looks like Medusa.
Yes.
2, there is a Paul Bunyan's store where the food is good, but not too good, eh?
I never forgot that jingle. Like, never in my life. I always want to sing it every time.
Right. My God, this show is so good, because it's like,
so iconic.
Funny little jingle, and then, anyways, well, I'll talk about it later. Yeah,
so they're like, hey, you know what we're gonna do today? We're gonna do a chariot race across, like, everything. They didn't say the tri-state area. Did they say Danville?
No, I think it's just in town, yeah.
Yeah. It's either
just
we talk about the tri-state
streets.
area, or it's Danville. Those are the only options.
Those are the only locations.
The entire tri-state area.
So we're back to Doofenshmirtz. Sorry, I distracted us because he's giving his evil scheme in a movie theater.
Oh, but wait. So before we get to his evil scheme, we have so Dad is gonna be like busy doing stuff. He's gonna be watching gladiator movies, and
of course, as you do,
in his movie watching hat, which is just like he just has like a fucking Roman Greek hat. You know what it looks like, the feather plumed thing. Wonderful. And then the boys just tell Isabella to spread the word, to just spread the word. Just spread the word to everybody you know about this
and tell them to
race.
bring their gladiator gear. And it's like, okay, I guess everybody has that.
Yes, of course they do. This is the tri-state area. Of course they do.
Of course they do.
So yeah, then we get Doofenshmirtz abandoned theater. Yeah. I love that there's just a trap in the theater, and there's a random guy there too.
Okay, because he bought a ticket, and it's like, this is an abandoned theater. Like, I don't...
Yeah, it is!
Where did he get that?
Also, just like, there's so much here. There's the drink that's just on the floor. There's Perry with his popcorn, and like everybody's eating this popcorn throughout this whole like experience.
Yeah.
Perry slips his hand out of like the trap that's holding him to the seat so he can eat the popcorn.
Perry
Love it.
is a very polite nemesis who always lets his supervillain get through his evil scheme before he escapes.
Yeah, this is a wonderful evil scheme movie about the platypus. What is the enemy of the platypus, Ray?
The natural enemy of the platypus is man.
I love it. Oh, my name is Norm.
I love him.
God, he's so good. Should I do a Norm cosplay? I should cosplay as Norm.
I would love that. Just make a boxy boy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the introduction of the giant robot man named Norm.
Because obviously, if the enemy of the platypus is man, because they're destroying their habitat and everything,
you make
then that
a
means
robot.
that Doofenshmirtz should make a stereotypical man who says, "Are those new slacks? You look slim. They are slimming on you." Or, God, I messed that line up, but
He says, the most, wonderfully boring things. But,
he's just a little business boy.
He's so sweet, and just love him. Love him so much. I have no words for how much I love this man. This robot man.
It's a very good example of Doofenshmirtz logic. I love that.
Also, one of the other enemies of the platypus, I wrote down is duplicating imitatable stunts seen on television.
Oh, yes.
We see platypus just, fucking skateboard. What the fuck? Wonderful. So yeah, back to the boys. We get the lowdown on the chariot race. We have the 4 teams, because you got Phineas and Ferb, you got Isabella and her groupies, you got Buford and Baljeet, the best gay couple, and then Candace. Am I wrong?
Poor Candace, all by herself.
Well, she don't need nobody. She's her own woman.
It's interesting to me that they are pairing up Buford and Baljeet this early on, because when they were introduced, their relationship was definitely antagonistic. Not that it's not currently antagonistic, but...
Yeah, at this point, God, I need to rewatch the show again, but, I don't think at this point they've established them being, best friends in the way that they are later.
Right.
Maybe
it's
they're,
still...
frenemies right now. They're, in that weird stage.
It is still the bully-nerd relationship, but it is currently progressing into a more amicable stage. And this episode probably helps. Baljeet does a great job.
He uses his head.
Exactly.
It's wonderful. Yeah, so, God, these fucking chariots, rocking horses with lawnmower engines.
I don't think that that's how lawnmower engines work, or rocking horses. It's
that's
fine.
Definitely
They're Phineas
how
and
that
Ferb.
works. That's exactly how it works. I'm sorry. And then they mentioned that the chariot that they made for Candace, because also the fact that they made all of the chariots, they should have made the other people make their own chariots.
Right? It is very strange, but it does, let them do a joke later. Yeah.
So they made...
But, also, who else is gonna do it? They're Phineas and Ferb. Building stuff is their thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Candace's looks just like her, and her comment is, "That's ridiculous. I don't have wheels."
It's definitely just a Medusa head. It's funny because Phineas is always 100% innocent and, just enthusiastic about whatever. He does mess with Candace a little bit, in a harmless way, but,
he's just being, annoying little brother here, but, in an innocent way. He's just
it's
Candace,
good.
It looks just like you. But, he's not laughing
without
about it.
even making the implication. He says it in 100% deadpan, but not deadpan.
He's genuine.
There is
so
no
genuine.
sarcasm, there is no mocking in his voice, and yet, the action itself.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And then, of course, her helmet matches. It looks like snakes. It's great. And so they start the race. And, of course, Candace is like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go get Dad." And then she, trips over the reins and just sends herself through it. Also, the fact that everything falls over so Dad can't see it. Even though in many episodes, he totally sees the stuff that they do and he doesn't care.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It happens half the time. It's mom is the one who can't see things.
Well, I feel like he only sees it a few times, honestly. I think it's rare, and so...
It's only when they need him for the plot.
Yes. And so if this early on, he might not have seen anything yet, you know?
I feel like the truck driving one might have been before this. And that's like one of the big ones he's involved in.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, you know what I mean. So we get race music. I don't know the lyrics to this song as well as I know lyrics to most Phineas and Ferb songs, but it's still a bop, as always. It's wonderful.
Very good montage.
And there's the joke, why did we give Buford and Baljeet all the cool stuff? Like, they got spikes on their wheels. They have a bowling ball catapult. What do we have? Cup holders!
Now we're cooking.
This is definitely where, in my childhood, I was like, cup holders are the epitome of everything. This is... So much media has just been like, yeah, cup holders are the best thing ever, and that's why that's my personality trait as an adult.
I wonder where that joke comes from. That's very interesting.
But
I guess it's
so
just
true.
because it's such a convenient thing to add on to like whatever, but it's so incongruous in certain scenarios. Yeah, I guess I get it.
It's mundane but helpful in like, you know, it's good. It's lovely.
Oh, cup holders.
Cup holders, my one true love. So yeah, this is where Baljeet uses his head like multiple times because his helmet just it's weird. How would you describe his helmet? Like,
I mean, instead of a plume, it's just a metal piece in vaguely the same shape.
Yeah.
And it doesn't strike me as odd. I feel like I've seen that kind of design before.
Yeah, so
I'm not actually sure.
They use it to, like, cut things and, like, make sparks.
So it's Baljeet's the first idea the first time because he's like, use my head! And then they are sparking onto Phineas and Ferb's chariot. But then, like, it just keeps escalating until Buford is just swinging Baljeet around constantly to cut stuff. Like, he no longer is using any other tools that apparently Phineas and Ferb gave them on their chariot. It's just Baljeet's head.
Baljeet's head is the most useful weapon ever, okay?
Yeah, so, you know,
it's true.
Why would we ever need anything else?
Yeah. Also, we've established that this chariot race has no rules. So I just love when Isabella does... I can't remember what she does. She had, oh, it's the grappling hook. That's... She makes... She, like, ties them to, like, a street sign or something, and they go backwards. And she's like, sorry, no rules. Yeah. Because she's adorable.
Okay. So, to add to this conversation, which cabin is each chariot from?
Oh.
The Fireside Girls are definitely Athena.
Well, I mean, I guess
I'm willing to budge on that, but...
are, like, maybe Aries, then?
Yeah. Well, Buford definitely has, like, Aries vibes as described in the books, but
he, like,
where's Baljeet coming in, then?
He got a nerdy Hephaestus kid to, like, help him with the cabin.
Oh. They're friends!
Yeah. But then, like, Phineas and Ferb are, like, the rest of the Hephaestus cabin. And then...
Yeah.
I don't know what Candace is. I don't know. She's, like, a random nymph who got, like, dragged into the chariot race for no reason. Honestly, you know, we need to do, like, other episodes where we just, like, sort people into their cabins because, like...
Oh, I love sorting people. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, so we had, like, a bonus episode, like, a while back that me and Taylor did where we sorted the Harry Potter characters into theirs, and, like, it was with the restricted section where we did the opposite with them, too. And we sorted the Percy Jackson into their Hogwarts houses. Just like, yeah. But Phineas and Ferb have always struck me as just, they're Hephaestus kids through and through. Like, both of them, they are, like, they're brothers. Literally, they're both Hephaestus kids.
Yeah. Given that Candace has a Medusa chariot, she could be a daughter of Zeus.
Interesting.
You know, kind of like the Aegis that Thalia has.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she's not smart enough to be a Athena kid. I also don't want to be like, oh my god, she's just like an Aphrodite kid. But like, that's a bit stereotype, you know?
But she could be. Like, she could be. If she wanted to be. I would let Candace have that.
The problem is she'd be like one of the useless Aphrodite girls. Like, I love Candace, but like...
Okay, no. Like, Aphrodite kids are not useless. No. Their priorities are a little messed up, but you can rely on them when shit goes down. Like, and that's where Candace is at.
I'm saying that Candace is the useless character in this chariot race.
Candace is not useless. Candace does stuff all the time. It just takes her a while to get there.
She doesn't do anything helpful in this episode.
What? She does a good job of the chariot race once she's forced into it by circumstance.
Like, there are episodes where she shines, but this is not an episode where Candace does anything. Stuff happens to... This is an episode where Candace is not an active character. Things just happen to her.
Things happen to her. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like... I love Candace. She's great in other episodes. This is just not her episode.
I'm saying that at heart, Candace could be a great Aphrodite kid.
Possibly. I mean, she's played by Ashley Tisdale, therefore she is kind of Sharpay, so... and Sharpay just, like, is Aphrodite incarnate. But, like, the evil side of Aphrodite. We were about to get to the good part where Norm comes in because we have to have that part. We pass Paul Bunyan's where food is good, but not too good, eh?
Not too good, eh? I know that's not gonna line up. I'll just have to...
It's great.
Be sad. I couldn't resist.
So we pass that, and, like, this is where Perry and Norm are also, like, chasing each other, or not chasing each other. Norm is chasing Perry, and Norm gets the bull head of, what is it, Babe the Bull? Is that what he's called?
I think so. I don't know, though.
I can't remember. I
really have no idea. It's been so long.
Babe the Blue Ox. Sorry, that's what it is. So is an ox the same thing as a bull? No.
I don't know that either. No, I don't think. I don't think so, but I don't know.
I feel so stupid for not knowing these things.
Oxen are a different guy. That's a different guy than a cow.
All right. I'm gonna believe you there, because I have no idea. But they think it's a bullhead anyway, because it's close enough. How else were you gonna get a bullhead on this random robot guy?
But okay, like, when this happened, I was like, holy shit, this show is so good. Like, I was, you know, it's been so long since I've watched Phineas and Ferb, I forgot how fucking tight these episodes are. Yeah! Like, the setup and payoff is incredible, because, like, you do not question why there's a Paul Bunyan jingle. You're just like, hee hee, that's funny. And then it's relevant. We bring back the Minotaur. We bring back everything. It's so perfect. Holy shit. So, and at this point, you're like, oh, Candace is going to defeat the bull. Like, you know what's going to happen because of the setup. Oh my god.
It's wonderful.
Oh my god, this show is good.
It's great. Okay, it's great. So, the great thing is that, like, Perry just takes off his hat because, like, Phineas and Ferb go by, and then they grab him. It's like, there's Perry. Now he's part of the chariot race. And Norm obviously is now chasing them. God. Phineas like, oh my god, it's the Minotaur! My name is Norm. It's Norm the Minotaur!
Oh, delightful.
Beautiful. So they get to the end of the race where they have to ride into the museum. They're like, they go up the steps, like, and bump to bump to bump to bump, and then they just crash in the middle of this fucking museum. How much shit did they break? They broke a museum. I'm telling you, they broke a museum.
Oh no, I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh
because
no.
They all crashed.
Oh,
and, like,
no.
Everything broke. Definitely.
Oh no, our ancient artifacts. The relics.
It's just Asparagus' stuff. That's all. Nothing else matters. Like so the boys are like, yay, we won! And they stop in front of the platypus statue as everybody's cheering, Phineas and Ferb, Phineas and Ferb.
Okay, what is that a reference to? That's gotta be something. Like, are 3-syllable names, like, because I feel like there's gotta be some gladiator movie that includes chanting a 3-syllable name and then you add in and Ferb. Because the way that they're doing it is so specific. I don't know
if that's a gladiator reference of some kind. I feel like it's just 3-syllable name kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe. It just felt
chants.
very specific.
I just like that
it felt
they
very
just
specific
add and Ferb at the end. That's great.
Yeah.
Because it's very... That's just how that works. And Ferb doesn't care. He's like, yeah, I'm the sidekick. I'm fine with it.
Oh, Ferb.
We love Ferb. So now Norm gets up and he's like, oh, there's a platypus right there. And it's like behind the boys. And God, there's so much happening right here because Candace is going to yell at them. And then Perry, like, he's back in the secret agent shit. And then, like, he turns off Norm. And right as Candace is, like, about to yell at Norm because, like, he's like, the enemy, the platypus is man, or, like, something. And he's about to attack the boys and the statue. Candace is like, why don't you shut up? Like, get out of the way, annoying person. And Norm turns off because Perry turned him off. And then he just falls. And everyone's like, shit, she's Medusa! Ah!
She turned him to stone!
Oh my god, it's so wonderful. It's great.
So good.
We love it. And now everybody thinks that she's Medusa. It's great. So they leave the museum, and then Doof comes into the museum and is like, oh no, Norm, did he switch
My
you
son!
off? He pulls the head off of Norm, turns him back on, and Perry throws on a platypus head on top of Doof's head. It doesn't even go over his nose. It just goes over, like, his eyes.
Yeah, it's
Love
just
it.
a little hat.
It's just a little hat. And it's wonderful because then Norm goes after Doof.
The
just,
enemy
like,
of the
smacks his
platypus
head.
is man.
Yeah, poor Doof, but it's fine. Also, Norm is his son now, just forever more. This was his introduction. That is his
I feel
other
like
child.
it takes forever to see Norm again, but
It does.
Isn't there like a nice episode of Vanessa and Norm being like siblings? I feel like I remember them having some sort of relationship.
I don't know if it's necessarily an episode. I just know that they definitely acknowledge each other like a few times.
Good.
And like
Good.
they're siblings. They're canon
It makes
siblings.
me so happy. I love robots. I love robots so much.
Oh,
The
amazing.
personhood of robots is very important to me.
I agree. So, yeah, now they have the boys, we catch up with them for 5 more seconds of the episode, and Ferb is he has his hand over his eyes, he won't look at Candace.
Right,
He believes
because
she's Medusa.
Candace...
Everybody ran away. And this is Candace. God.
And Phineas is like, you turned him to stone. And she's like, that's ridiculous. And then she turns around and sees a statue.
Yeah. And she keeps doing that. She just keeps turning around and seeing statues. And it's like, you're just in a statue garden, dude. And then she runs away and she's like, I'm a monster. Oh no. Ah.
And Ferb still hasn't uncovered his eyes. Like,
he just ends the episode like that.
They end the episode with like Ferb saying something about that because that's Ferb's one line of the episode. Yeah. But like, I almost thought it was funnier like beforehand, like if they just didn't even acknowledge it and he was just like standing there with his eyes covered the whole time.
It's wonderful. It's beautiful. This was a great episode.
Very good.
And it's just like randomly got some Greek mythology shit thrown in there. Do we think it was done well? The random Greek mythology stuff in here?
Obviously, it's not, like, trying to be, like, this is accurate to the thing. But what they are translating here are vibes. And the vibes are pretty spot on.
Yeah, I do like it.
Fun chariot race with, like, fun little chariot weapons and sneaky tricks and stuff.
It's got very Camp Half-Blood
guys in
vibes.
skirts.
I really didn't realize how much the Camp Half-Blood vibes are in that chariot race.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, jokes about gladiator movies. Like, it's got everything. It's good.
It's perfect.
It's fine.
Absolutely
It's good.
perfect. Asparagus, wonderful. Love him.
Good.
I wonder who his godly parent is. That is the biggest question here. Like,
If we get to pick, let's make it not the big 3. He can be like a fun little guy.
I was gonna say like Demeter because like his name is like a vegetable. Like
yeah. Excellent. Perfect. Headcanon accepted.
Just a random like demigod son of Demeter did all this cool
and
shit.
According to Percy Jackson lore, it's totally fine that he killed the Minotaur with Medusa's head because they just come back. So
yeah,
it's fine.
This is canonically in the PGO cinematic universe.
Perfect.
Love that. This was wonderful. I enjoyed it so much. Well, I guess it's time to go to Paul Bunyan's and get some pancakes. Because I think that's what it's a pancake place. Yeah? Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
I don't know. That didn't even occur to me. Not too good, eh?
Wave X Media.